Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith and Black channel here, Tigger Talker, and we're coming into a long weekend, and we just starting the new month and the new quarter, right? So there's a few things we want to look at. So we want to look at all the sectors and see, you'll hear me say this often, what's the next two, right? What are we closer to taking out, the highs or the lows? So we knew about this weekly SPY here, right? We were looking for this. Two up by taking out the highs, two down by taking out the lows. Boom, these two become an outside bar of that. Still into exhaustion risk as we still are going into new highs. So we're, as we know it right now on the SPY, we're still a two up. So we haven't had any reversals as yet on the monthly, and the weekly is just going into the highs. So when people are like, I heard the market's going to crash, I'm like, yeah, you better take out a low, right, before you do that. And you're going to see the SPY 30 here, just went inside 30 to the upside, and now we've got a new 60 coming. But we call this exhaustion risk because we have no more pivots to take out. So you want to have stuff like this corrective activity, and then boom. But then what? Now we're just kind of stuck up here. So if we go to QQQ, now you're going to see this. We've been waiting for this. Now you can see it sold off right in the month, but now as you break over here, now your hammer counter shooter 222 back up. So the NASDAQ over QQQ 324.33. You're almost there, right? You can see that, and so I think it's been there. Yeah, it's been up there, so we'll see if it goes back up there. But for that, this month, I certainly want to know about the Qs over 324.33 because we've seen them come into some of these Qs in the last few days, and right now. So here, and you can see in the weekly, we're running out of week, but you got this. Chop them up, take out the slight higher high, take out the lower low, and then boom, these two become the outside bar of that. So this is going to be real key here going forward for this month. QQQ 324.33. Okay, over that's something you want to know about. Right now they're just kind of sitting here stalling out. If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds here, and you're going to see, look at this, 3 days completely stuck in here. Right, I was hoping to go two up, two down, and then take it out. Not strong enough, just kind of sitting there, but we'll see how that goes going forward. If we go to the small cappers, going to go inside week, right? So that's important because when you have an inside week to start off the month, you don't have a signal yet, right? When we start off a new month, a new quarter, a new week, all that kind of stuff, we don't have any signals, right, except yearly signals in force. And so here you can see it's closer to being an inside week to the upside next week. But then if you look at this monthly, how are you going to take this out, right? You're nowhere near taking the highs or the lows out. So you start off with that week, right? Next week, should it stay there? It looks like it's probably going to do that. Another thing we want to look for here as we start off a new month is we want to pull up the scans. And so let's get that scanning up here. And so we want to look for, first of all, because the first of the month is a Thursday, which is actually like a Friday. So we're coming into the weekend. So what we want to do here is see, just like I showed you in the small caps, who's starting off the month as an inside week, because that's going to give us our first signals, right? Inside week up or down, right? And with that, then you'll have your monthly continuity, right? So here, you're going to see, if we look through here, you got Ford as an inside week, Plug and Fuel Cell, American Airlines, you got Oxy, Intel, CCL, so that's telling me some more pandemics, Wells Fargo, we got some financials, Twitter, some tech, Riot Blockchain, United Airlines, that tells me we got some airlines and maybe some group of airlines. So we want to see what sectors are going to do it. So you're going to see also like Oxy and Chevron, Conoco, so it tells me we've got some inside stuff in the energies. Right now the energy is getting thrown around a little bit. There's an OPEC meeting going on, so that's what's happening over there today, so be careful over there. You see some regional banks in here, HBAN, RF, KeyCorp, to start off the new month. Let's see if there's anything else that's jumping out as a theme. LBMA, Roku, Nike, there's Dow Jones, I believe Disney, Dow Jones, to start off the new month. The other thing that we want to do here is to start to see, sort by volume, we want to see who's taking out last month's highs, right? The market is going to trade in the direction of the most twos, right, and failed twos going three, right? And so here you can see this. Here's here's the list of stocks right out the chute that are taking out last month's highs. You're going to see AMAT. All right. You're going to see the Blink. You're going to see eBay. All right. You can see LRCX. That's telling me tech. All right. Those Qs. Adobe. All right. More tech. Corvo. Google. All right. So right out the chute, they're coming into tech as far as we know it. All right. Now, if you go to who's taking out last month's lows, almost nobody. almost nobody. Right. And so that's telling me that the market is still good. Right. And we do that for the monthlies, the weeklies, and do it every day to gauge the strength and weakness of the market. How many twos are going up, how many twos are going down, all that kind of stuff. So for today, let's take a look to another thing that we do here is with a gap list that I tweet out in the morning, and then I put it in here for people who come in late to keep an eye on, right? And then we can look for reversals. And oftentimes I tell people if you just stay on that list, you can do pretty well. If you had wing, stop, here you can have a nice little trade here inside on the 30, right? And then down it goes, right here, below 136.13, bottomed out there at 132.51, and even if you took it right here, not bad. If you go to NEO, and NEO on the 30 here, 2-2 reversal. Takes out the previous high, then boom, right here, 2-2 reversal, below 38.91, and then doesn't make a higher high until, sorry, this is below 40.82, and then doesn't make a higher high until 39.97. So a nice little buck there. In NEO, if we go to Tesla's, which is not on the list, but it's always on the list, right? Here you get your 60s. This is what you look for. The 2 up, the 2 down here, below 680.56. Still hasn't made a higher high yet either. You can just be riding that one into the sunset. If we go to some of the monthly ones and Google. So I've been waiting on Google. This thing's been doing nothing forever, just going sideways, sideways, sideways. And what that gives you is your inside month here. So in the inside month, you've got Google going inside month to the upside, above 2,113.74. You're there. So we can keep an eye on that. Then we got some shenanigans today. ACY. Look at this. Hey, we're going bankrupt. What? Nice inside day to the upside you got here. Be careful in this one. It's going to be halting and all that kind of fun stuff. But for those who are into that kind of thing, it's on the move. Home Depot. You can't stop it. You can only hope to contain it. And Home Depot just keeps driving higher and higher and higher. Pointed this out all last month because of this. 2-2 reversal. Here, 2 down, 2 up on the week, which gave us the outside month. Now it would be 3-2 above this. If they want to keep blasting it, of course, you can always watch that with lows. All right, this market's still drying up here a little bit, but we'll keep an eye on it. Also, Major League Baseball starts today, so you might have some people cutting out just a little early. PLBY. And PLBY, you can see this. Last month, outside month, right? And so how would that set up? You're going to see this here. 2 down by taking out the low. The inside bar, 2-1-2 reversal, right? And takes off here and now just kind of running pretty fast. Let's see if there was any way in here. Maybe a 15er. Little quick, but this is what you look for. Taking out the previous high on the 15. Taking out the previous low. Boom, you're in right here. Above 21.69 as these become an outside bar of this. No lower low until all the way up here. Not bad, a couple bucks out of that thing. If we go to AMTI. And AMTI, inside day, we call this the pivot machine gun, coming back to previous range. Anybody short, can be short against that. Take them all out in one shot. Stalls out a little bit now inside in the 15. But here's how you can get in on that one. Right here. See that? Takes out the previous high, takes out the previous low. Right here. These two become an outside bar of that. All right, you see? If we go to, let's take a look at NVDA. NVIDIA, here's what we look for on the weekly. All right, taking out the previous high, taking out the previous low. Boop, right here, these two become an outside bar of that. Now, this is where NVIDIA gets interesting. If you can take out this monthly high, 556.81 is what we're going to be looking at NVIDIA. If we go to PUBM, and PUBM, handily inside month to start off. You have an outside week, so once that turns green here, you can look to take that out. All right. So here, once again, on your 15, takes out a previous high, takes out the previous low. Boom, you're in. These two become an outside bar of that, and then maybe get some more. Now you can see it comes in a little bit when this closes out on the 15er. See if you can take this high out and go back to the highs. All right. If we go to NVDA, new issue, right? But it's having a nice little day here, and then you can wait for them and triangle out. Let's see if they go on that 30. Here you go on the 30-minute, right? This is how you get in it. Takes out the slight higher high, takes out that slight lower low. Boom, you're in. These guys become an outside bar of all that. Let's see what's this thing done. Just keeping my scans going. L Pro just picked up on this. Looking for an outside week on this thing. All right, we'll see how that sets up. If we go to CONN. CONN had a nice day yesterday, boy, and that was a nice inside day to the upside, right, which triggered this here on the weekly. The slight higher high, the slight lower low, bam, right? And so I drew this yesterday because this is what happens to people who draw trend lines and say, oh, as long as it holds the trend line, I'm still in. You know, stopped out right here, right before the big move, right? So don't do that. If you go to Sun W, and Sun W, here you can see this monthly. You can keep an eye on this. Inside month, pokes down, rev strat month. For the rest of this month, I want to know about this thing over 1660. It's there right now. You can see it did it on the weekly here too. Inside pokes down, then bam. So we'll see it. More comes of that. We go to LSCC, more semiconductor chip. And semiconductor chip. And you'll see this on the weekly, once again, 2 up, 2 down, boom. Looking for these guys to become an outside bar of that. You're still handling an inside month, so we'd want to try and get out of that, but we'll see. If we go to ACLS. ACLS having a nice little day here too, and this is that weekly. Once again, can't stress watching this pattern enough. Boom, blow them out to the upside. Boom, blow them down to the downside, and bam, these guys become an outside bar of that. Real nice. So a little fast on 30, but we'll see if that sets up again. A couple monthlies to keep an eye on before I get to the weekend vid. You might keep an eye on Autodesk, inside month, then down, and then coming back up here. All right, so Autodesk this month, I'm going to be looking above 286.90. You're not quite there yet. Maybe even EXAS. Here in the monthly. The inside month, the poke down here. So above this, 140.85 is going to get my attention. Some people will watch the gapper list for another day, because remember, USCR went running yesterday, but then what happened? Came back here and boom, 2-2-day the reversal. So real nice. It did what it was supposed to do, right? Magnitude. So here's that inside week, goes down. There's your rev strat week. These two become an outside bar of that. But once you go up into here, you go into exhaustion risk. Buyers got to step up again. And then if you go to the 60, people ask me this all the time. Does the 60 matter how it closes? I'm like, it does. Because when you came in this morning, inside bar poked up, rev strat, pivot machine gun took these guys out, which triggered the 2-2-day reversal down. If you go to play, some pandemics, play, once again, rev strat pattern. Inside, poke up, boom, take these guys out in one shot. We'll see if that goes inside 30 or 60 for you. Always running out of time here, so we don't, you don't have to have a hurry. It's like we're starting off the new month, we're ending a week, so we're going to let a lot of things play out. But to start off, more things are taken out the last month's highs, and certainly tech back in focus. All right, that's going to do it for today. Hope everybody had a great week and has a very happy Easter. I'm Rob Smith of Smith the Black Channel here at Ticker Taco Strat Time Report.